But we want to switch gears a little bit because it's time for our Leaders of Now segment. And I have with me Ms. Dawsher Charles, who is an entrepreneur. She is the founder of Survival Scholars. And she's going to tell us about her story, where she came from and what inspired her to form this organization and to make something of herself. Now, I know that we didn't really discuss this before, but you know, we hear too often, and most recently from the Prime Minister, that young black people aren't really making anything of themselves and they aren't performing as well as expected. Now, as a young black woman, you're hearing a statement like that. How does that make you feel?
I am really concerned because I have realized a trend where Generation X and baby boomers have said that our generation, which is millennials and Generation Z, are very soft. But I believe that we are not soft, but we are more vulnerable to factors in which they have not faced, such as uh, perfectionism ideals and even social media, which has, led students to go to a form of negative way of coping.
Yeah, and well, you have been doing great things for yourself despite the circumstances. Tell me a little bit about Survival Scholars.
Okay, Survival Scholars is a youth organization that is a support system to help empower and equip students in the education system cope and deal with the challenges that they encounter as well as external challenges.
And when was this organization started?
In 2017.
2017, so it's relatively new. How has it been going since 2017?
Well, it has been going good so far. I would like to expand where we would like to create a group of survival scholars where we are like a support system to each other to help each other through the education system.
Right, but you know, you've been able to create this group and you're trying to help people, but it was a lot of hard work. Tell me about your story, because from reading information, I realized that you had to help your dad with a business and you were also bullied, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a background where I grew up with my dad alone. My dad having numerous businesses. We had to sell in San Juan, that's where I grew up. And we would sell on weekdays and weekends, where 3 a.m. in the morning we would now be going home, and still at 8 a.m. I would have to go to school and have all my homework done for that time. Within 3 years, we moved out like 11 times. So it was a unstable environment, but I was still able to excel in my schoolwork.
What was the motivation though, knowing that you had to go through all of this, going home at 3 o'clock in the morning to get up at 8? What motivated you?
What motivated me is my struggle, of course, and knowing that other students also face that struggle. So I wanted to do well, and in order to do well, I tried my best so that I can be a success story to help other students.
And you have started that in 2017. You started, and now you're working to help other people. Now, I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but this experience with bullying, what was that like, and how did you cope with that and overcome it?
Well, one thing I did was like really stuck close to God. I prayed a lot. And what helped me also is to ignore bullies, knowing that what I am doing is for a greater purpose in terms of my future. And now that I have built myself up, the persons who previously bullied me have now came and congratulated me on doing so well. So I would.
How does that make you feel, knowing that the person who would have picked on you now has to look at you and be like, look, you became better than me? How does that make you feel?
It feels good. It also is humbling, but it also makes you feel empowered.
Empowered, so expect great things from you. Yeah, yeah. What is your plan? What is your ultimate goal?
My goal is to take Survival Scholars to our next level, where I would like to collaborate with Ministry of Education, Social Welfare, all organizations that are involved in youth's lives to help youths and build them stronger so that they will be more resilient.
When you say youth, what age group are we looking at?
We're looking at from about 10 years to about 26 years old.
Yeah. And how has it been going in terms of actually getting people to come and work with?
It has been good. There's a lot of support. People are really willing to help, and I look forward to getting more help in the future.
You do. Uh, and if I want to get in contact with Survival Scholars, how do I go about doing that?
Well, we have a Facebook page called Survival Scholars. It's spelled just as you spell Survival Scholars, and we have a website also, www.survivalscholars.com. And we have recently started our Instagram page.
Instagram page, so people can go on and check it out. And is there like a process? So how, if I want to get involved and I go onto these pages, I contact you, what next?
So when you contact us, you'd leave your email, and there's space for students to say what aspect they're looking forward in getting involved with the Survivor Scholars in terms of giving their testimonials. We welcome testimonials all the time, as well as they can also be advocating for change and evolutionizing the education system.
So a lot of work and a lot of things expected from you, Dawsher, Charles, and if you, tomorrow, as we celebrate emancipation tomorrow, and as a young person, how much does this mean to you, and what does emancipation mean to you?
Emancipation to me means freedom, being liberated, and sometimes people may not feel free in the education system, but I have created Survivor Scholars to let students know that they can use the education system wisely to liberate themselves.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dawsher, child entrepreneur, the founder of Survival Scholars, an excellent initiative. I want to wish you all the very best and continue to work hard and, overcome all of the challenges.
Thank you so very much.
All right, it is